Hello, my CMA final students, my CMA inter students. I have a broad smile, but deep inside, I'm equally nervous as you are because when I announce that tomorrow is the day, the testing time has finally arrived, there is a sense of nervousness, anxiety, fear, all that creeps in, floats in, right? And I'm no different. But yes, the truth is that the time has come, and now is the time when you should absolutely not stop, right? You should just keep going. Of course, there are certain things which I want you to know and which I will be sharing in this quick last minute video. But now is the time when you should keep yourself composed. You should not panic. And most importantly, please don't stop. You have waited for a very long tenure, you have worked very hard for a very long tenure, and if you stop now, all those efforts will go in vain, right? So I will very quickly brief you with the last minute tips that you should keep in your mind before you attempt for your paper, right? The very first thing, the reading time that you get, it is not meant to read the questions and then recall the answers, everything. No, rather decide which question you're going to attempt first that you're best at, right? Because you only get one chance. You don't get a second chance to make the first impression, and your first impression has to be like 2 point, right? Now, the second thing, please sleep at least for 5 hours. If that is at all not possible, then at least 4 hours. Less than 4 hours is definitely not acceptable. Your body will not support you when you're writing your examination. Okay. More importantly, don't study just before exam, right? You keep your mind calm, and don't discuss with your friends or peers. As soon as we reach the examination hall, we keep on discussing, have you read this, have you read that? No, whatever I've read, I have to just recall it. I have to give my mind to work upon it, and then I will deliver it on the paper, right? So no discussions just before the exams, right? It takes away your peace of mind, and then you'll be like all time panicking and anxious, right? Thirdly, there is confusion amongst the students. Yes, MCQs, you have to fill in the OMR, right? So be very careful. You'll not be able to change the answer. So once you're sure that, okay, this particular question, it's option B, then you fill it, right? No explanation is still needed, right? So there will be, in that sheet, there will be the OMR, and you fill that, right? Still, I would advise that please go for MCQs first as you secure your 25-30 marks, right? So please go for that first. Cross check that you have all your necessities. You have extra pens, you have carry your calculator also, safe side, right? Carry a water bottle. It's very important to keep yourself hydrated, no matter it's winters or whatever, right? Don't wear extra warm clothes so that you feel suffocated, or if you wear them, you should be in a position that you can always take them off, right? Leave 3-4 lines before you start the next answer. Every answer preferably on a new page. If you have just written 2-3 lines and you want to start it on the same page, at least leave 4-5 lines so that later on, if at all you want to review, you can always come back, and if you have an extra point to add, you can always add it, right? Question numbers always at the center, right in the left margin also, and right at the center also, so that they are clearly visible, right? Please don't write in long paragraphs. Try to write as much as you can in points and attempt 100% paper, right? Law is made from logic. So even if you don't know a particular answer, or if you're running out of time, then please write it in brief, write the conclusion, write the crux of the provision, write the synopsis, right? Or write whatever you know if you don't know any answer, right? But try to attempt 100% paper, right? Whatever you are going to write in a particular question, please plan it beforehand. Like when you read a question, don't just start writing, right? Take pause of just 1 second, or begin and gradually try to structure your answer, right? Plan beforehand. Okay, these are the 5 things that I'm going to incorporate in my answer, and this is the sequence that I'm going to write in, right? It gives a good structure and presentation to your answers. Okay. Don't eat foods which make you drowsy. Like instead, I would suggest eat fruits like papaya, right? It will keep you full. At the same time, you'll not feel drowsy, right? Keep in mind the writing techniques I have already discussed. Don't panic if you find the paper difficult or there are all new questions. Just take a deep breath. Okay. Tell yourself you can do it and start writing. Gradually, you'll make your way. Right. Once you start writing, once you catch that particular flow, you'll make way. Right. Be cautious of time. Maintain speed right from the start. It's very important because often students go through the flow and they're writing beautiful answers, making presentation, underlining and everything. And later on, they realize, oh, I'm running out of time. Okay, so that is something that you have to keep in mind. Once you are done with your paper, again, you have to be very careful that you're not discussing answers anywhere, right? It will somehow spoil your next paper. Okay, always focus on the conclusion and the provision, right? So these are the two things that you must focus upon. And it doesn't matter whether you have a bad handwriting or good handwriting. What matters is that you have to ensure neat presentation, even if you're not very good at or proficient in English language. What you can simply do is write every point. No need to elaborate, no need to write fancy words. Write every point. If you get a good examiner, of course, you will get good marks also, right? Wishing you all the very best. In case you have any doubts, you can always reach out to me, and I know all my students are going to rock.